What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here for Tasty Loot Gaming doing another TLG Reacts. As you guys might have already known, Gamescom 2018 has happened. A bunch of stuff was shown off there, and we're going to go through 9 videos that we've picked. If there's one we missed, let us know in the comments what it is, and we will cover it on TastyCast most likely. But letting you guys know what we got. We got Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. We're going to watch something on that. Ace Combat 7, Biomutant, Devil May Cry 5, For Honor, Jump Force, Just Cause 4, Metro Exodus, and the Dark Picture, Man of Medan. Or Medan? Medan. Medan? Medan?
I'm going to go with Medan.
Medan. Yeah. So we're going to go through those. Some of these are like 16 minutes long, so we might not watch the whole thing. We'll just kind of, you know, play it by ear. But yeah, anything you want to say before we start trying to get through these videos? Anything you're anticipating?
Well, with Sekiro,
Mm-hmm.
I am anticipating it to very much look like a From Software game, because they definitely have etched a style in the way their games play.
That's the one thing I noticed, though, when we watched the original footage, is although it does in gameplay remind me of one of their games, it's actually the first time I've seen them deviate from that almost very specific engine look.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne, all the characters move the same with some obvious slight differences. The character creators pretty much the same, all that kind of shit. This game looks like an actual next gen, or at least their next engine.
Well, so it's funny because, like, you know, they did the Dark Souls games or whatever, and those are multi-platform.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sony, you know, paid for Bloodborne, and though it still does have that similar style, you could tell they like took and went crazy with the effects, which obviously later happened at Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, but they went, even going back to Bloodborne, I noticed that they really emphasized with every boss and everything in that game physics.
Mm-hmm.
Way more than any other games I've noticed. I almost said Black Ops. That's a big no-no in this conversation. But fucking Dark Souls 3 definitely took on a lot of those physics in certain aspects, but Bloodborne was really kind of like being the first on PS4. They were like, this is what we can fucking do.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the enemies, everything's just kind of moving constantly.
Well, then now it's crazy because now they got the Activision money to do it too.
Yeah.
Do this game. So I'm really curious to see how much funding essentially they've received from Activision.
I'm also excited too because it is a character you're playing in this. You're not making your own character, so
okay.
they're going a different route with it, which it's nice to see some new blood when it comes to From Software. But I agree with that. I'm excited for all these. That's why I picked them. But Ace Combat, you know, a lot of people aren't talking about it. I fucking love Ace Combat. I'm so stoked that they're making a new one. Biomutant is a game I don't think is getting talked about enough.
And earlier, before we filmed, I said I had seen like a GIF of that, and it's funny because everything I've seen of Biomutant up to now, I was like, it you know, looks pretty cool, but like
it's always looked okay, yeah.
Yeah, but the GIF I saw, I was like, it was really crispy, so I am actually looking forward to that.
When they originally showed it, they had to have shown it at an early stage, because every time I see it, it looks better and better and better. So it was definitely early development. Devil May Cry 5. I know me and you are both not the biggest fans of Devil May Cry.
Yeah. I mean,
but
I don't hate it. I just
definitely
clicked.
But we're not super into it. But I am definitely interested in it. The last trailer was actually really impressive with the graphics. It's also really exciting. I'm excited for DMC fans because they are getting a actual sequel to the storyline that they were attached to.
One of Twitter's a good pool of the fans as well. They're all walking around needing math books over their pants. So
they're what?
Hiding their boners.
Oh, yeah. Boner jokes. For Honor, the only reason I'm even pulling that is because we actually recently got into For Honor and played it a little bit. So I'm really curious where it's going. Apparently they're adding an arcade mode that you're going to be getting random missions to do by yourself or with friends.
Oh, interesting.
Which is cool. And then I think they might show some of the Chinese side that's coming out.
See, yeah.
Because that's coming soon. Jump Force, don't know anything about what's in this video, but I know they announced some new characters. I know Vegeta was announced.
I know all the announcements. I haven't seen the video, but I know the announcements.
Who'd they announce?
So it's Gon and Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, Vegeta.
One of those, the little boy with the green.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
I don't watch this. I don't watch that stuff. Well, I like anime, not that.
Yeah. So they also did Vegeta, and then they did. Oh no. Oh no.
Someone else.
Shit, I can't remember right now. But yeah. Anyways, new characters they added. It is cool to see. It is cool to see that they're actually pulling from all the Jump franchises. It's kind of reminding me. In a way, how like when the DS first came out, they had Jump All Stars, which was a 2D fighting game, or brawler fighting game, and it had like this huge cast, and they're really pulling from different properties, which I really appreciate. I hope that it actually plays really well, and they keep supporting it because it'd be cool to have one game that just has all the Jump people in it.
Definitely. And that game, I'm excited for the prospect of it, but every time I watch it, nothing's really sold me on it too much yet, but I am excited for it. Just Cause 4 is supposed to show off tornado gameplay. I was reading a thing talking about the new engine and the amount of work they've put into the physics of it, and I guess the tornado physics are calculating actively where everything is getting pulled and where it's going to fly and stuff like that. So there's a lot of technology going on
That'll
there.
be interesting, yeah.
Which is really cool. And at first I'm like, that's kind of crazy they have that much going on with the game. But then I was thinking about Just Cause 3 is a purely physics game.
Oh yeah.
You're tying this to that and shooting this rocket and it's flying and throwing that thing. So
I spent 30 minutes putting cars into the water. So just,
yeah.
Pulling them.
One of my favorite things in that game is just standing on a car, and then as other cars are driving by, I tether the front end of the car to the road, and then they go bam, and it like throws them in the air and shit. So, really excited to see that. Metro Exodus. I don't know what's in this trailer, but I'm excited to see anything on that game.
It'll be beautiful.
It's fucking very, very big hype for me. And Dark Picture, Man of Medan is the guys who made Until Dawn's next game. So that's really exciting because I actually liked that game more than I thought I would. It was actually a really beautiful game, so it'll be really cool to see how good this game looks because it's supposed to be horror as well. I've seen a couple pictures. It looks like it's water oriented, which is kind of cool because they'd be changing it up from like the whole mountain scene. So yeah, let's just jump into it. First video, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice gameplay, 6 minutes. When they said gameplay, they, I guess, meant actual gameplay, like some guys just playing this. I thought they'd at least be talking.
As different than their other games already?
Yeah, I was about to say, you would not be doing something like that in Dark Souls. Definitely got a ninja vibe going on.
Typical fashion for these guys. I love the way their games look.
Yep.
That was cool. Going with the over-the-top blood effects that you see in a lot of like anime and their movies and whatnot.
Yeah. Seeing it definitely has like a more methodical combat like Dark Souls, but it doesn't look the same to me.
Right.
Because there was a very big emphasis on parrying and like a strike to take the dude out. Less, roll.
And stealth stuff, which is cool.
Which is very cool. Because stealth in Dark Souls, you essentially just walk up behind someone.
Wondering if I'll actually be able to play this game.
I mean, it's bright. I fucking love that there's a stealth emphasis.
Really in love with the aesthetic, though.
Yeah, me too.
Man, Japan is killing it lately.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because when Neo came out, man, I was like, it's awesome there's like a samurai Dark Souls, and now these guys are making, ninja / samurai. Dark Souls, yeah. I'm hesitating because it definitely, I gotta give him credit, this looks different combat-wise than any Soulsborne game.
Like how Activision was like...
Is it for sure Activision?
Yeah, they're the publisher.
Oh, shit.
They tried Rock Band again, they tried Tony Hawk again.
That's what they do, they run shit in the ground and then a couple years later go, do you guys want this?
And COD's been a little less consistent for them lately, so...
Well, it's funny, because even when COD is not successful for COD, it's still very successful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
But I'm sure they see that trend and they go, okay, we need to actually, at the very least, pay someone else to do something for us, and that's what they did. So, and with the
That's cool.
rise of this style of game, it was a smart move, I think.
I'm still wanting that fucking armor core though. This game's looking fucking cool.
It's a lot more fluid than I'm used to from them.
Where are my glasses? Damn, son.
They really did give it a huge stealth emphasis.
This game, and they own the rights to it, but this game is fucking Dark Souls meets Tenchu.
Kinda, yeah.
I feel like they were maybe thinking about bringing Tenchu back, and they're like, why don't we just fucking...
It's too risky.
Why don't we just keep it Dark Souls-y, but then kind of play with Tenchu? Because, you know, nobody was ready for Dark Souls to be over. I love the finishers.
You also notice how the guy in front was alerted, but the guy who was behind wasn't yet, so he's still able to get a stealth attack off that guy, even though the other guy was...
Which is cool, because then it doesn't have just basic stealth mechanics.
Yeah,
some games, you hit somebody and everybody's like, oh shit.
Right.
It's a big puppy.
Damn.
You drop kick a guy that fucking small? It's like me drop kicking a dog. It's fucked up.
Take out the small guy real quick.
Yeah.
Driving me insane.
Get rid of the ad.
There you go. Ooh, close one.
Oh, did he grab on there?
Yep. Oh shit!
Why is this guy a pro wrestler? Oh my god.
That was crazy.
I think he's drop kicking him, suplexing him, and fucking chucking him. Yes, this is the thing they were explaining. You can either just die and then come back or some shit, or you can res, but it gets rid of some of the stuff. But you can, you know, maintain the fight, or, you know, continue from where you're at. Damn, that's fucking dope. Death animations are also better. I'm used to Dark Souls, them just collapsing into spaghetti. Then you walk through them and their bodies get stuck in you.
Jiggling.
Yeah. I love it, but it's definitely in all their games. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this one. I mean, I love all their games, but I love stealth games, so the idea of being able to sneak around is fucking awesome.
I'll say even like darkened on the edges when he was in the grass.
Damn, he was sitting down before he's even on the fucking ground. Wow, that was a quick 6 minutes.
Happens when you are enjoying something, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah, takeaways?
Those guys know how to make a game.
Yeah.
And they just keep showing it. The advancements they constantly make too is always really it's super impressive. They're really just constantly like improving their craft, and it's great. As far as like the game itself goes, the aesthetic is awesome. The stealth stuff is a welcome addition, and I love the over the top blood effects that you would see, like I mentioned earlier, in like anime or Japanese movies. It's really cool. So
yeah, accompanied with like the get behind him and stab down into him shit. It's
Yeah.
really fucking cool. I mean, pretty much everything you said I agree with. I'm really stoked about the mobility and the stealth because that makes it feel different while still staying kind of in the realm of Dark Souls. But also I like that you can hug walls and do, I mean, all the stealth shit. So really excited for that. Yeah, I might like this one more than the other ones just because it just looks like you were saying, them advancing their craft. It seems like an evolution of what they've already done, but this is it seems like a bigger jump than like Bloodborne was.
right.
Bloodborne was like very experimental in like mechanics and systems. This seems like gameplay wise they're definitely trying new avenues,
Right.
which is really fucking cool. Yeah, really excited for that one. Listen in the comments what you think about Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Next video is Ace Combat 7. I believe this is a storyline trailer. Yeah, it's going to probably be very dramatic because all the game's very dramatic.
Probably.
Which is always great because it adds a lot of tension to the high speed fucking jet shit that I love so
Peggy
much.
12.
Peggy 12. God, that Modern Warfare one they made was fucking not that great. But the one right before that was awesome. 6, yeah.
Does the color of the sky mean anything
Oh, this is
special
actually an
to
English
you?
trailer.
Yeah, I think it's coming out soon.
It does to me.
Ish.
A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my
I don't know
dreams
if
is a
they said
deep,
this game's gonna have VR or if I just
dark
want that. But I definitely
It
want
has
that.
VR.
Yeah, I'm so fucking stoked for that.
I repeat,
Bandai actually makes quite a few games. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Bogey approaching fast from the rear. Did the jailer know about the shitstorm
I'm
he was
so
sending us
glad
into?
this is
You know,
coming
the
out.
answer just pawns.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
This guy, that's an SU-30.
we don't want to mess with this guy.
Hey, the last one came out
All
in
we can do is
360.
fly away as fast as we can.
So you simply watch things unfold from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, who would have ever thought that I'd just go and follow him straight into the enemy squadron like that?
He really is foolish, isn't he?
Yep, sure is.
Full
You?
1, what's your status? Well, I'm feeling a little excited. Trigger's taking the beast head on. I see the
Well,
mark
I'm
on
feeling
his
a
tail.
little
You
excited.
defile this country.
Him and me
As long
both.
as you're here, this country will never know peace.
Yet what is a nation?
I don't even have a country to call home.
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Fucking Wesker?
Gargoyle 3 to battle. Ocean fighters do not
I
attack.
also kind of got
I mean,
a.
why are we being made to do this?
Oh no, what's
Yeah,
his name?
I know. I'm
From
heading into
MGS.
hell. Whatever.
Otacon?
Adios, you
vibe.
damn fool.
Adjusting angle. Go! Aim for the one with 3 strikes. Predator foe, no fear.
Oh, I want it.
Until the united attack of the Arsenal bird.
There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Rumors. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. Now, those were gone.
Everybody, give this attack everything you've got. Fire! What other choice do we have?
Fucking
We know.
fancy.
All aircraft, form up on trigger, nice and tight. Stick with trigger and you'll make it.
Music.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told
I was saying, all the games were so dramatic.
In every generation, and I felt every last one of them.
Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Trigger, can you hear me? All survivors, respond.
Can anyone hear me? That aircraft needs to be taken care of.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes.
Fuck yeah. Alright, takeaways. There's jets.
So it's really cool to see that, you know, it looks like they've spent some time. It's not like the most crazy impressive looking game, but it is a good looking game, which is
Clean.
Yeah.
It's clean looking for sure.
I wanted to see more gameplay than that though,
Mhm.
which is I feel like we say this every time they do storyboard trailers. Like they're cool. I get the point of them, but like me and you are more into like what you can actually do with the game.
I think it's important though, and I said this last time we talked about this though. I think there should be a story trailer, but if you're only doing story trailers, it's not good. Just like if you only do gameplay ones, that's a better route to go. But I still think it's important, just like a movie trailer. It needs to get you excited if there is a story to get excited about.
Right. And so, and it's good, you know, to know that they are going for a story and that they are doing, like they did in the past, I'm sure, very dramatic, you know, type of story. Because really, you're playing a jet game, and it's gonna be a little boring if it's not dramatic. If we're being honest here, so.
Well, if you're into jet games, it's not gonna be boring, but it definitely adds some weight to what you're doing. You're not just going like, okay, here's a fight, here's a fight, here's a fight, because that's fun, but it's cool that all the games have some kind of like political storyline. It's actually more than you would expect from a game like that, which I've always liked about the games. They're also based in like these fake countries and fake wars and shit, so they have a lot of freedom to kind of do what they want. We did definitely see gameplay there. It wasn't quick flashes, but I think this was more aimed at people who are already Ace Combat fans, because they already know what they're getting into, and it's just kind of showing you pretty much the theme of what this one's going to be. So for me, it got me really excited, but definitely for people who probably haven't played or don't play the other ones, it probably didn't give you enough like, well, what am I going to do in the game?
Right. I mean, I'm curious, don't get me wrong. I'm just definitely not excited. So.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. I'm very fucking excited for this game. Can't wait for it to come out. It comes out in, I think early next year, it said. Let's know what you think about Ace Combat 7. Next video is Biomutant. 13 minutes. I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing, but if it's good enough, we will. And we already talked about this a little bit, but this game keeps looking better and better and better. It's interesting because it's not getting talked about much, but I feel like there's a lot of potential to it. So I'm hoping this will finally, because I'm there, my interest is there, but I want to be pushed to the point where I'm like, I definitely am looking into this. I want this game.
Do you remember what this is coming out on, or is this an everything?
I think it's everything.
Okay. I didn't know if this, for some reason, in my head I was thinking Xbox for some reason.
I was thinking Xbox PC as well, but I think it's everything. We'll find out, I'm sure. And if we don't, let us know in the comments. Let's do it. Because I believe it's an open world RPG, action RPG, which is interesting. Because the original videos we watched looked very linear, but I think that was probably just the intro of the game at the beginning. Because even now it's already showing like a lot more openness. Is Pikmin?
It's got a neat style.
A lot of different environments and things that you're doing in the game. Kind of reminds me of like a 64 game, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, like a platformer almost.
Yeah. Was this just random videos that they showed off?
Looks like it.
Choose your gender. Define your genetic structure.
Damn. Wow, you can really change the way his fucking whole body is.
Pick your fur. Choose your fur style. Pick your mane color. Choose your detail color. Good choice.
No.
He looks sick.
No, not a good choice.
And not like cool sick, but like
despite the
gack sick.
Smog
oh, yeah.
hidden beneath the twigs and branches below. Oh no, they got you. Reeled in and off to a bad start. Tribes are out for Skronky Scrap. Your whiff is up next. A tribe tug-of-war there.
Damn.
Oh, that's cool. One of the legs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost reminds me of like Batman, except for like way more mobile. Kind of get like a weird, even though it's not the same, because this is more of like a lock-on combat. It almost reminds me of like Ratchet and Clank too, just with like the essence of being a small little dude with a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, not the weapons, obviously. The weapons aren't like crazy, but
The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out. It's no pet.
yeah, just shoot him.
Made that. I knew it. They couldn't push down. One of them are loose.
Almost seems like he's kind of floating around now, which is weird looking.
Like when he's jumping, or
Or just going from target to target.
yeah, well, it's definitely automated.
Yeah. It's not like awful or anything. It's just kind of weird looking sometimes, but that's super nitpicky.
Well, it's like Recore when that came out. Like it's a really fun game, but it's definitely, you can tell like it's probably made by a smaller team, so
Right.
certain things are a little more stiff. I really like the design. Everything's really imaginative.
Yeah, for sure.
There's like a lizard, sloth, bird.
Apparently dragon.
Damn.
That emergency kit is from the old days when you needed to pack a punch to survive. Wow,
It's weird
that
that
knock makes a tight
you're in
fist.
a world that looks like it's meant for humans, but you're wherever the fuck this thing is.
Could be like post
Yeah.
our world.
Tools like this still carry echoes from the past.
So I wonder if this will have a system kind of like Zelda, in the sense that you get items that can get you in different areas.
Well, max pain on us.
I also really like the hyper action aspect of it, because a lot of games I don't feel like do this. I mean, Devil May Cry, when it comes out, it's gonna do shit like this,
where
but
they parked the choo-choos
most
and
games are all
fueled them
going
up.
for like the more
It's one of the few places
grounded?
that's aged
grounded and
well.
realistic
It used to be
combat,
like
or stylized, like fucking super
It's
cool
easy
looking.
to
But this
walk the
just
line
jump
when your
around and
power
shoot
is
shit's
in
kind of cool too, because we don't get as much games like that anymore.
Spilled liquid soap is always a slippery slope.
What the fuck is he doing?
Who'd expect that? A bubble big enough to go bang.
What is Katamari now?
Tried Flip Flonker will throw you in at the deep end given the chance.
It's cool. There's like a variety in mechanics. Damn. That's fucked up.
This box once tailed a chugger. Now it's just off track.
Oh, what?
Choker.
Tribes always scavenging for scrap that they should have stuck
It's
with.
definitely
Damn,
a
son.
post-human world, it seems like.
I like how he hit that guy. He just rocketed it off.
Bang the door. This is your business. The gun super wushu is locked and loaded.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm trying to keep up. I love the people go flying.
Better defuse that sprocket before it blows up in your face.
Bye.
That's not a good place to ride.
Yeah, it's a really odd spot to fucking be chilling.
Is the limit. Now,
is he controlling it?
Take this back to Earth.
I don't think so.
Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end. In flames.
Literally, he's in flames.
It's a wonder some of these up and down still work. Guess they built machines better in the past.
He's really gone really far since he started and all over the fucking place. Like,
Yeah.
like damn, son. It's a fucking Ewok?
Blackfinger? What is this, Mad Max?
Blackfinger Ewok.
I need to brush up on my Wando, but I think he says he's surprised the tribe got a sprocket.
Damn, nice Wando.
I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Not sure he's happy about that. Anyways, he says you owe him one, and he has something in mind. He's almost done with his latest creation, a Mekton. He just needs a little more scrap to get all the pieces fixed-stuck.
It's really interesting that they don't have voice acting per character. They have a dude explaining everything.
Narration.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's your thoughts.
Yeah.
I think he likes you. From what I can tell, he wants to strike a deal. He also says you owe him one. He can't leave his underyard, so if you help him salvage the scrap he needs from an old skronk just outside, he'll let you take the Mekton for a ride into the dead zone.
The mutant's head reminds me of a watermelon.
Yeah, I hate the color they picked.
Yeah. Every time he's just standing there from the back, it just looks like a fucking watermelon on top of the body.
Of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives.
Low oxygen. Experienced that recently.
For those that work metal, scrap from mech skronks like this are heavyweight.
Damn, he's
It's
getting
a
in
weird
there.
game.
Mm-hmm. I like that though. I miss games that are like that quirky and weird. Oh, that's cool. Damn. I don't know. This game looks kind of dope to me.
No, it looks cool. I keep thinking about, because you said how it reminds you of a 64 game and how it's like super imaginative, and it really is kind of the best way to think to describe it.
It reminds me of that era where, like, you know, people were just getting really excited about game design and doing a bunch of weird shit.
Getting really high and making video games.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood?
The language is very reminiscent of like how people talk in Mad Max.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something Australian about it.
In the old world,
He was like, oh yeah, fucking Wando.
now most of them lead to disaster.
Oh, let's see what the hell's that. Damn. What the fuck?
It's like a sandworm and a fucking gorilla.
Yeah, let's say it's like Tim Burton and fucking a gorilla had a kid. Oh, what Tim Burton might have that. Whoa.
Can't take much more.
Beetlejuice's nightmare.
Thing's ugly as fuck. Ew.
I hated that sound effect.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's time for an electric performance.
Yeah, let's get rid of that. You don't need it. Damn, so you got a whip?
Yep.
It's not very effective, but he's trying. Trying it again, huh? You boys stop that whipping!
Got a bad feeling about this.
He needs to get a bad feeling about that whip. It ain't working. Oh shit. See, this reminds me of like a 64 game. That kind of shit. That's fucking cool. Wow, that was abrupt. Yeah, that was probably the best video I've seen of the game so far.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of varied things happening within 13 minutes. If the game can maintain that, it'll be a game that's going to be hard to become monotonous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like when you play an MMO and they start adding, like, you know, a little mini game here and a little thing there. It makes the whole journey, you know, more. You're not thinking as much about, like, oh, I just got to grind this thing out or whatever. Fucking, so that's pretty cool. Any thoughts?
I mean, I said most of them while we were watching it,
Yeah.
but just kind of quick summary. I mean, it does really capture a lot of imagination. It definitely has that 64 era vibe. I really like the style, the colors and whatnot. The lingo and stuff like that is really cool too.
Wando.
The you know, obviously the one, and it was, like I said, super nitpicky. Like, it's got some stuff where you could tell, like, it doesn't have the polish that like a AAA game does. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It was just an observation.
Especially in the way that game looks and the whole atmosphere and the quirkiness to it, it doesn't even bother me.
Right.
Just because the game already is, like, not taking itself serious, so.
Well, it was just because it was at the beginning where we were just kind of seeing melee combat before I started getting into, like, how quirky it was going to get. So
yeah, you definitely notice stuff like that more if you're playing like an Uncharted or something. If you see something weird, you're like, what the fuck? Because the game's so immersive and so well detailed
at that point
that if you see something off, you're like, oh, it broke the immersion. But yeah.
Oh, it's cool. I want to see more on it, obviously.
I want to see more on progression of the game.
Yeah. And I don't want to see too much either, though, because, like, the mech thing I wasn't even aware of, and it's cool to see, but if there's more stuff like that in store, I kind of want that to be secret.
Be a surprise, yeah. I'm the same.
So.
Yeah, so overall, pretty good reaction. Let us know in the comments what you think about Biomutant. Let us know if there's stuff about that game that we should know about, since we obviously are kind of, you know, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about when it comes to it, but it looks cool. Next one is Devil May Cry 5 Dante reveal. That's a spoiler. They already showed Dante at the end of the other one, unless you can play as him. Yeah, pretty much already put our stance out there on the game, so we'll just watch it and see what we think.
Complete ignorance.
Yep. Alright. I expect some cool music and a lot of flashy, crazy shit and ridiculous shit.
Dude, those don't exist anymore.
He found the last one.
You're up, Nico.
You know I got you covered, asshole.
Try not to get us killed on the way there.
Very flashy.
Oh, yeah. Look at the music.
Yep. Is it Devil May Cry 2 that had like Linkin Park or some shit?
I have no idea.
There was some game sequel that had like Linkin Park in it. Oh, that's cool looking.
It's like a mix of Clockwork Tower and
scale's fucking dope. Like the environments and the fucking things you're fighting. Also looks really good.
Oh yeah, for sure. Capcom games usually do though. That's one thing they're definitely really good about.
Well, I was super impressed with the Resident Evil 2 remake that's coming out. Like, it's way more than I thought. I mean, they could have done a lot less with it and would have been happy, so I'm very happy with it. This is fucking crazy.
Perfect timing.
Doesn't even attempt to fucking move. Yeah.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
That's a very convenient weapon slash vehicle. I like that they're embracing Dante. Oh, it's coming out. Wait.
Next year.
Yeah, well, 2019, but 8/3, fucking, so what? That's,
August.
That's ways out.
Yeah.
Especially with how, like, finished that game looks. Although we're seeing segments of fights, so we're, you know, it's just crazy to have that much cinematics done already. If it's coming out fucking late next year. I mean, a year from now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have like a background in Devil May Cry to be excited about the character reveals or anything like that, but the game looks really good. The action looks really cool and flashy. Like Biomutant, I like the imagination of like just all the crazy shit going on, even though it's very hyper camp. It's cool. I mean, it has me interested, and I mean, fucking, I used to not like God of War, and I fucking love God of War now. Right. So, you know, I'm hoping for that kind of difference. So, but if it's not for me, it's not for me too. So we'll see what happens. But it looks fucking cool.
So yeah, I'd like to see, you know, less of a choreographed gameplay aspect of it, but it does look like a fun game, which is really important. Yep. Obviously, I have a really hard time with you said camp, so
yeah,
say camp,
hyper camp. That shit's fucking off the chain.
I'm the wrong target for that kind of thing. So
yeah, if I'm not into it, you're definitely not into it.
But I can overlook stuff like that if I enjoy playing a game, though. I mean, there's plenty of games where like the voice acting was so bad I wanted to, like, you know, essentially shove, you know, whole rolls of toilet paper in my ears to try to block it out. But the game was fun, so I didn't care. So I'm kind of hoping for that. Because it is a gorgeous game. The action looks really cool, and I like over-the-top combat stuff. I mean, that's a huge draw point for like Platinum Games as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I plan to keep my eye on it, I think.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Let us know in the comments what you think about Devil May Cry 5. Next video is For Honor Gamescom 2018 arcade gameplay. I'm not sure about, you know, what that is going to entail, but we've been talking about on the channel if you follow the channel, but played For Honor when it came out, when you had to pay for it. Now, recently it was like free to play, or you could, not free to play, you could get a free copy of it for a little bit during E3.
Yeah.
I downloaded it then, Chris downloaded it then.
I did not.
You didn't. But since then, we've played it again, and they have done a lot of really cool things to it to make it more interesting, and I do enjoy it now. I already gave them like $50, just because I was invested enough to be like, yeah, I would have paid for this if it came out like this. So I am excited to see, you know, they're already supporting it this far in, and they've done a really good job. And in typical Ubisoft fashion, I'm excited to see where they're going to take it. Because Ubisoft's not opposed to really fucking making the game work.
So that aspect of the game is definitely where I'm most excited as well, because in the versus aspect of this game, I just do not care for that at all. Because we kind of toyed around with the co-op mode, which I do enjoy because I like playing games with my friends or whatnot. But I don't love it in that regard, just because it's really like a simple gameplay mode. And then the versus, I was just like, I don't care. like at all type thing. So I would love to see more game modes that could maybe draw in my type of audience or people who are more co-op or single player focused players as well.
There is a single player,
but it's still like the same kind of stuff though.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be though, which is crazy.
I'm sure I'd say the same thing because even coming back to it now, the game is a lot better than when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I am interested in seeing new modes for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Arcade is a new PvE experience, part of the For Honor Marching Fire expansion. It is a completely new way to experience the game, whether you are playing it alone or online with a friend. In Arcade, you will level up your heroes and upgrade your gear to reach the most challenging quests. Additionally, all progression earned in Arcade can be used in other multiplayer game modes.
That's good.
When entering Arcade, you will be able to select a quest. Quests are available in different rarity levels. The rarity level will affect the level of difficulty of the game and the number of chapters that you will have to beat to win the quest. You can match your gear with the recommended rarity level of the quest for a balanced experience, or be more adventurous and pick a quest that is above your current gear rarity.
That's cool.
For a greater challenge.
They said you can do this co-op too, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's 2 players.
That's fucking cool.
Once the quest is selected, you will be thrown into a series of chapters. Offering infinite replayability, chapters deliver a new battle every time, with varying objectives, enemies, locations, and modifiers.
Almost kind of reminds me of a fighting game now, like going up like Mortal Kombat, the fucking...
Picking your path or whatever to go up. Yeah.
Modifiers are what makes Arcade so unique. They are positive or negative traits applied to your hero and your enemies.
Which kind of reminds me of
so maybe
Soul Calibur.
You will have to fight fire with fire, or draw some health from your enemies. With more than 30 modifiers to play with, you will always have to improvise and adapt your strategy. Arcade will be an ongoing experience, so keep an eye on our weekly quests to win special rewards.
I feel like that's going to be more up your alley.
Arcade will be available to all owners of the For Honor Marching Fire expansion. Available on October 16th, 2018.
It's coming up.
So, an expansion that will have to be purchased, though.
Makes sense since they're adding new fucking...
game mode.
Fighters. Too,
oh, yeah.
So, and new maps and shit. So it is an expansion. Yeah, so we'll have to look up and see if there's a video on the actual Warriors and maybe watch that for Tastecast. But what did you think about the arcade mode?
I think it's an interesting idea and a good base work for a cooperative experience in the game that isn't just a mimic of the
online
multiplayer. Yeah. So I do appreciate that. I like the quest and the reward system as well. I think that will be something that is, like you said, more up my alley, because then I feel like I'm working towards something.
Yeah, not just fighting to fight and then like getting gear, which is enough for me, but having a structure that's almost like a faux MMO meets a fighting game, especially with a gear ranking or rating. It gives it kind of like that faux MMO vibe of like working your way to harder sections of a game.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm curious, especially about the price though.
Yeah, I would guess $30 or $40 probably for an expansion, but maybe 20.
I'll say I'm hoping 20, 30 at most. 40 might be a little
steep. Yeah, for sure.
Steep, yeah.
Okay, let us know in the comments what you think about For Honor. What do you think about the arcade mode? Are you excited about it? And if you can link us a video that might have been shown at Gamescom that maybe shows off the fighters that are coming out too, feel free, and we'll watch that later. Okay, next video we're watching is the one that you've been waiting to watch. You actually held out and didn't watch it.
I did, yeah.
Which, you know, is always really rough. Luckily, nothing here. I was like, oh, I have to watch it now so I could wait. But I know you've been excited for that one. Anything you want to say before we watch it? Jump Force.
I'm, like, super conflicted with this game because, like, I love most Jump properties, and I think the visual style of this game is like super impressive. It was a little weird at first, but it's really grown on me. But I don't like the style of fighting game I think it's gonna be. So
those are really popular when it comes to anime, and I think it's to emphasize the movement that you get from like people who can fly and teleport and shit. It makes sense, but I mean, if you see what Arxis did with fucking the Dragon Ball Z fighting game,
Dragon Ball Fighters,
yeah. They were able to capture that in a 2D perspective really well too.
Absolutely.
And as much as I am interested in this game, and someone put it really well, they said the game has a hyper-realistic look to it, which, when they put it that way, I'm like, that's exactly what it is. It does look realistic, but it's weird because the anime proportions are still there.
Yeah.
So they have like a natural skin tone, but they look like anime characters. And it still is very weird for me, but I can look past it. But it is definitely a very interesting choice on their part to do that.
For sure.
Because I'm not sure why they did it, and that's why I'm really interested in the direction of this game, because we've seen so many games with anime characters in it, and it always looks really great, but it's weird how they went for like a realistic look to it. So,
yeah, and like I said, initially I was very jarred by it, but I think because of how much I've seen and the way like the visual effects work as well with that tone, I don't know, it's grown on me. So,
all right, let's get into it. Jump Force. The different maps is really neat though, from all the different animes. That kind of shit's cool though, the environmental stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is. Hunter. Yeah, he looks like it. Oh, baby boy. Long hair baby boy.
Sabo.
What?
Not
Vegetable. Never seen him in my life. Yeah, I really like the way the levels look.
No, they're done very well.
Yeah. So what'd you think?
Very much a reveal trailer.
Yeah.
That's actually super exciting for fans of Hunter x Hunter as well, because there's not a lot of representation in games there.
Yeah, it's weird to see them in like a 3D perspective.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm gonna get ripped to shreds for this one. I'm not the largest Hunter x Hunter fan. But
dislikes?
Possibly.
Blizzard dislikes?
But I am thrilled.
Fallout dislikes?
I am thrilled for the fans that they get a modern game with those characters. I was also super excited to see more One Piece characters. Huge One Piece fan. I've been watching it for a very long time. Current on the show still. So
yeah, you're fucking like 6,000 episodes in.
Something like that.
It's a lot of them.
Everyone loves Dragon Ball, so that's awesome. I'm really curious if any other Jump properties are going to be in this, because that would be fantastic.
What else are they missing?
Toriko's not in there. That would be a weird one, but I would love to see it. That was a very fun show for me. I know they do technically have Death Note in there, but it's storyline only, not playable.
Yeah, I thought they did.
Yeah, they're part of the single player like storyline campaign only.
Gotcha.
I'm drawing a huge blank right now, but yeah, there's
what was the super popular one right now that you said probably won't, because it's gonna have its own anime or its own game.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah. That'd be a really cool reveal though.
Is that Jump? I don't know if that one is. But anyways, Yeah, My Hero Academia would be an awesome choice. There's that show's not even been out that long. There's so many like options to choose from character wise. It'd be crazy. But yeah, I'm excited. I really hope it's a game I'll enjoy playing though. So
yeah, I'd like to see like a match or two played out. See how it goes
instead of just the choreographed
stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, the game looks cool for sure.
Totally shouldn't jump.
Yeah. But yeah, again, this is a game that I'm just intrigued by. I have no super hype for it, but I'm definitely interested in it. I need to see more of like the gameplay, like kind of like you were saying. But it is really cool. I'm glad it exists, and yeah, the variety's really cool. So
well, and it'd be really awesome to see a lot of those characters like ultimate moves and whatnot be realized on that scale, because like Luffy is a great example of that. Some of his moves are just like absolutely like huge and ridiculous, and the map scale seems like it would be able to support something like that.
Definitely.
So
yeah, that's what it seems like it's all geared for. Yeah, anything else? Anyone you're hoping for?
I mean, I would love My Hero Academia.
Chaozu. Chaozu.
I think if they're gonna do Hunter x Hunter,
goodbye, Tien.
I'd be really surprised if, and I've forgotten his name now, but the ant, the main ant guy wasn't in it. I'd be really surprised. Also, I'm also surprised that, man, I am having a hard time with names tonight.
It's 3:30 in the morning.
Killua should be in it as well.
Someone's named Killua.
Killua.
Did it kill people?
I mean, he's from an assassin family.
Knew it. Typical. Yeah. I want Chaozu. I want Yamcha. I want a map that Yamcha fits perfectly in a hole. Face down.
Crater.
Yes. Well, fucking crater hole, same thing. And yeah, I just want to see Chaozu blow up. Krillin, that'd be dope. Pretty much all the guys that shouldn't be in the game, I want to be in the game.
Want to see him in the
Bubbles-kun.
They need representation.
Would love to see Bubbles-kun in the game. There's no reason why he should be there, but I'd love that. And yeah, let me know in the comments, what are you thinking about Jump Force? Who are you hoping to see? Who are you most excited about? And what anime that's not in it would you like to see in it? Next video is Just Cause 4 official Tornado gameplay. Very excited to see this because outside of Just Cause 4 being a sequel to Just Cause 3, which was fucking awesome and fun, I'm already expecting to like this game. It's going to be fucking explosions and all that cool shit, hang gliding, all stuff like that. And then they're adding, you know, weather effects like this,
right,
which is like the new thing. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to affect. Because when they first said like there's going to be tornadoes, I'm like, it's a physics-based game, I get it, but like, is that really the direction you're going? Like, that's the next big thing. So, but the more I've read about, you know, the technology behind it, I'm like, it must serve a purpose. So
for sure.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before we?
I'm not a huge fan of the series.
Into it.
But I do get a kick out of seeing what people do in the game, and I think with added chaos, because pretty much all the game is,
yeah,
it'll just lead for even more like interesting things to see, either in GIF form or video form later. So,
all right, let's do it.
Peggy 18.
Man, fuck Peggy.
Hello, I'm Omar Shakir, the native director at Avalanche Studios New York, working on Just Cause 4.
Good, it's got a talking guy. He gets more and more rugged.
Rico's pursuing a massive tornado as it
He's seen some shit, man.
Destruction throughout the grasslands.
Oh shit, that's actually pretty big.
And this is the Storm Chaser, the only vehicle that allows him to do so.
All right, let's see what this thing can do.
Thanks to Avalanche's new Apex engine, everything you see, as well as the trajectory of every spiraling object, is being calculated in real time.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a video game.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's so fucking dope.
Yeah, that's pretty ambitious.
Now it's kind of making sense. Because at first, like, tornadoes, like, who gives a fuck? Oh, shit.
Damn. Bye.
See the pieces just ripping up into it?
Yeah. Ooh.
I fucking love physics in games. And this is just right up my fucking alley. Bye.
He might as well be Superman the way he like gets around.
To progress, Rico must take out the wind cannons that are holding the tornado at bay.
What? I don't think that's how it works, but it's awesome.
They're doing it. It goes fuck. Damn, son.
The player can take out the wind cannons in any way they choose. Right now we're using the railgun, one of the many new weapons in the game.
Wow, they're going fucking next level this one.
And all these new weapons have a secondary fire option. So in this case, the railgun can shoot a powerful beam of energy, and it can also deploy a drone that will fight alongside Rico.
The gun deploys a drone?
As a grapple point to propel yourself into the air.
I hope they don't go like Saints Row with this though.
Yeah, that is.
The game's already ridiculous, but in like a fun actiony way, not like a
for the next cannon, let's
do
get
everything
more creative and use some new features of Rico's grappling hook.
What? Oh my god. That's so dope. Yeah, just don't move.
That's all we're gonna show today. It's just a small glimpse of what to expect in Just Cause 4. And there's plenty more to come. When you
they literally went fucking, the game's chaotic. How do we make it more chaotic? That. I'm just gonna jump in. That's fucking awesome. It's better than what I thought it was gonna be. Makes complete sense. I trust them with whatever the fuck they're doing. Every gun having a secondary firing mode is really interesting. I don't know if a drone, that seems like it should be like a perk or an add-on or something.
Instead of an ammo thing.
Yeah, that's weird to me. But I mean, fucking whatever. It looks cool. I'm stoked. I'm really impressed with the physics calculation and the destruction. I mean, that was really cool. And like you were saying when we were watching it, I haven't seen a game represent a tornado like that. Like that looked like a fucking tornado.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You see things getting pulled and then get ripped up, and like there's an actual like weight to it.
It's funny to think about it like that too, because like there's so many people making games. You figure someone would have attempted to do that, but there's always a first, and we're seeing it, I guess. So, and it's it's just crazy seeing that realized that way. So,
yeah, no one's made fucking Bill Paxton Twister the fucking game. So. Until now.
Wait, who? Oh god, theme song, Van Halen, right?
Theme song.
Twister.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't remember that fucking movie. I remember Bill Paxton. I remember those tornadoes. And I remember they're like inside at one point.
Right.
Anything else you want to say on that?
I mean, it looks crazy. It'll be, like I said, it'll be cool to see it. I still don't think I'll be picking it up though. So,
you think you'll be picking it up?
I don't think I'll be.
It's a good thing to think. Let us know in the comments what do you think about Just Cause 4. What do you think about the tornadoes? Do you think it's a nice touch? Are you like, why the fuck are they doing that? And what do you think about the secondary firing of weapons and the new grappling hook, fucking rocket propulsion booster thingies? Let me know everything you're thinking about when it comes to that game and trailer. Next trailer is Metro Exodus, new trailer. I mean, I've said it a million times. I'm pumped for this game. I love Metro. I think it's an underappreciated game series, and hopefully this one can do what the last game I hoped would have done and get it some fucking attention where people go back and play the other ones. Because I'm constantly telling people, like, play these games. Play them. They're fucking awesome.
Well, it's crazy, too, because it had to have gotten enough attention to merit
another game.
So
yeah, it was successful enough, but, like, it's not like a name that people bring up when they talk about first-person shooters. You have to bring up Metro, and someone might have played it.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, I've never played these games. I've watched you play a little bit of the first two games, not to completion, obviously. And I remember even then being really impressed by how much attention to detail there was in like character movement around environments and stuff like that. So obviously, they are a group of people who are very passionate about immersion, which is
meticulous.
Which is
detail.
great. And even and I always love the reveal for this game, because I remember watching it. And the whole time, I'm like, man, this really reminds me of Metro. The whole time I'm watching
for a reason.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, it was Metro. I was like, well, that makes sense. So,
I wasn't expecting a Metro when they first showed it off. And I was like, oh!
No, so it was a good surprise. This is one of those, we've said it on the channel before, like, the whole fun of, like, an E3, for example, is the surprises. Yep. It's really a bummer when it's just constant leaks. So it was nice to get something out of it. As far as this one goes... I'll be excited to watch you play parts of it.
I'm just hoping it's insane looking on PC, because I remember playing Last Light, and there's a part towards the end of the game where you're in like this rainstorm, and it was really impressive looking. Not that that's the only thing. Like, the whole game's great, but like I just remember I was like, wow, this engine's actually really fucking powerful with what it can do. So not only did they put a lot of work and detail into the games, some of the most immersive like lore and like design that I've played in a first-person shooter, but also like, you know, they make a top-notch engine that looks fucking fantastic. So yeah, let's watch it.
Peggy 18.
Dimitri. It's so interesting. This one takes place more like above ground. Obviously, Exodus makes sense, but it's just weird.
Oh, stretch their creativity a little more too, though.
There's so much lore already underground that this whole like new thing. I haven't really mentioned the dark ones either, though, which is really interesting.
And they can make visuals.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Metro. It's cool too. There's like new fucking mutants.
A whole new world.
Yeah. Oh, I need this game. Soon.
February.
Soonish, yeah. What? You get a book.
Looks like a steel case.
Yeah. You get that expansion pass though, so I guess that kind of makes it worth it. Otherwise,
also, it's an art book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get a book. Fucking, I'm not. It's neat, but I'm not really typically too into paying extra to get a small little book. Yeah, no, with the monsters, though, it's cool because in the last two games they have some pretty straight up like regular mutants. With every once in a while, like in the second one, I believe there's some kind. You go in like a zoo or some shit, and there's like a mutant gorilla or something, or bear. I think it was a bear. But other than that, you got like Nosalises and fucking what do they call the flying demons? I think they just call them demons, the flying ones. And then like there's the rat fuckers and all that shit. But you run into those in both games pretty regularly. So to see like wolves and deer and stuff like that, it's really interesting. So it makes it feel like you're actually leaving where you were at prior. Because before you were like, you know, in the metro system, but you would come up into pretty much the same region. So it's cool that now you're leaving. You're going to run into more like wildlife type stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is cool.
I was just going to say, I'm constantly blown away by like the visual fidelity and style of the game. It's insane how much they care about making the game just like completely like believable,
immersive.
And I haven't played it, but from what I've gathered from what you've played, it also plays very well as well.
Yep.
So it's kind of a gem in that regard.
That's why I'm so passionate about it. It's good in every fucking regard. There's like some janky shit every once in a while that will happen, but it's not very often. So, I mean, for the most part, the game is completely solid in every way.
For sure. It looks like a AAA company. So,
yep.
Yeah. Soon, though.
Yeah. And I'm fucking excited. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for Metro? You better be. If you haven't played the series, check them out, even if you're not into first-person shooters, but can handle some survival horror elements. You should check it out because they're more story-based. It's not Call of Duty or anything like that, so definitely check it out. And let me know what you're thinking about when it comes to Metro, any of them, and the new one, and the trailer, and all that shit. Last video we were watching is the Dark Pictures Man of Medan, which I said before is made by the same guys who made Until Dawn. It's also another horror game, which I think is really cool because Until Dawn came out and I didn't hear much about it, but the people who did play it loved it. I had people trying to get me to like borrow the game from them, and then it came out on PlayStation Plus. We did it for Plus Club. I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. Even all the campy bullshit that I didn't like at first grew on me, and the characters actually evolved. So and the graphics were really fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressed with that game. So the whole thing was a big surprise, and I'm glad that even though it had its niche group of people who love the game, obviously something worked out for them, and it sold well and all that shit. Something happened because they're making another game, and that's awesome to see. I'm glad they're sticking with the horror thing.
Well, it feels like too that the game really was a slow burn because like I feel like I know a lot more people who've played it, and I don't think I've heard one person say anything bad about it, to be honest.
I haven't either.
So
it's weird.
Yeah.
I've pretty much been the most negative person about that game, and I like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's great news for them.
Yeah.
That anyone that did play it enjoyed it. Obviously, word of mouth and PlayStation Plus helped boosted that as well. So
I think the quality of the game, the effort to make it feel like an actual horror movie, and just the overall actual scare factor of the game, I think it just translates really well. I think it just all works.
Mm-hmm.
It does exactly what it wants to be, and it does it confidently. And so when you play it, you're not like, well, you know, they're trying to do this, but they're not doing it. Like, they nail it all. But all the camp is intentional. All that shit is intentional. So they're really, really competent company.
It feels just like a horror movie in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, like a popcorn horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, any of the ridiculous shit is intended, you know? It's to soften it up a bit until it gets fucking like, oh shit, this is getting kind of creepy.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they were trying to come off cool and they came off like weird. It was like, it definitely, like you said, it was very intentional feeling.
Yeah, and they also tackled horror that I think the internet generation can get behind with, like, you know, I don't know if I should be even talking about it in case people are, you know, haven't played it, but just stuff that's popular on like Reddit and shit.
Yeah.
So, and it's cool that they tackled something that's not just like a ghost, you know, a fucking slasher, even though it's pretty much is a slasher story. You know, some zombies or something like that.
Right.
You know, they did something different, and it's something that even movies aren't offering. So not only is it like a game that's unique, it's a movie that's unique as well.
For sure.
So anyway, enough sucking the dick of that game. I'm really excited to see what they're doing with this. And like I said, I saw a picture or whatever, and it looked very aquatic, which is kind of cool. So ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Peggy 16.
This totally was not a European event.
Yeah.
I've never been down there before. Down? Diving?
This is Alex.
What's up, man? Conrad.
Good to finally meet you, Conrad. This is Brad, by the way. My little bro.
Sony company?
I don't know. Although I don't think Until Dawn came out for anything else.
More or less.
us.
What do you know about this wreck?
Just rumors.
It was insane. It was like traveling through time.
Should have never gone down to that plane in the first place.
Dark Pictures Anthology? Are they like connecting all the games or something?
I told you to leave everything down there alone. We have unexpected guests. What are you doing?
Good looking games. Ew.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
Alex? Julia?
Is that Quantum Break?
Guys!
Iceman? Ooh. That's very Insidious like. Huh. Don't play alone.
For the players.
For the players. That's definitely not from here. So I was impressed. I think it looks fucking cool. After talking about all the things I liked about the last game, that really, I don't know, so let me know in the comments if I got this wrong, but the whole them saying the Dark Pictures and then Man of Medan, I almost feel like they're going to make more horror games, almost like horror movies, and probably have them in that category maybe, because they made fucking Till Dawn, which is a horror game, and then they made that VR thing, that Rush of Blood or whatever, which is just like a game where you shoot shit, but it has its own atmosphere as well, which is actually pretty creepy, but it's also pretty fun. So that'd be really interesting if they do that. But that game looks like it's really hitting on the same notes as what I liked about the last game. It has a completely different setting.
Mm-hmm.
They're dealing with I don't know, some kind of curse. I'm not sure. It seems like something they found underwater, and it's now like awakened, which is cool. It's different. There's some really cool imagery, like the dude in that room with all the fucking things or people. That was really creepy. The thing in the water was really neat. I don't know. I like that dark shit. So it looks cool to me. And graphically, it looks good too. I like the atmosphere as well.
I agree. The atmosphere is really cool. I love the way they are really good at making character models, which I really appreciate. Even though I'm pretty sure it's probably just like, they take a camera around a person and then add mocap and stuff to it later.
Well, they probably just mocap the whole thing right there. They probably act out the scenes just like Naughty Dog does.
Yeah, and it's great. I like the way. I mean, I loved it. The way it looked in Until Dawn. I kind of wish I would have sat down and watched you play through the whole game, just so I could have got the whole story. But I did play a little bit at the beginning, but I got too in my own head about it and had to stop.
Spooked out.
Yeah.
Spooky.
So I probably won't play this one either, but I am definitely curious to check out. It's definitely a game I think I could watch, and I really like that they do. It almost reminds me like they're like gonna be like their own version of like Telltale games, where they have like their own thing going on with their style, and I love that idea. So
well, I love that you got Telltale that exists, Quantic Dream that's been around forever, and now, before I was like Supermassive Games, I think that's the name of them. They made Until Dawn, which was really good, but at that point I was like, is it a one-hit wonder? Well, this looks like it's not. It looks like they're on par with Quantic Dream in their fucking quality.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's cool that we're getting, more companies making these, like, narrative storyline type games.
Well, and the other thing I wanted to give them props for, too, is, like, we kind of, like, fell out of, like, the horror genre after, was it PlayStation 1? Like, there was some on PS2 and stuff like that.
Silent Hill 2 is on PS2, and that's one of the greatest fucking horror games ever made.
Yeah, but, like, PS3 generation, it seemed like a lot of that, like, they weren't nailing it anymore.
Well, around Resident Evil 4... horror games start turning more to action,
right? And
even though 4 was great,
I like the idea of a company that can like focus on that genre, because I don't think there's a lot of games there, and I think the people who play those games are just really kind of biting at the bit for more of that style. I guess Evil Within 2 has horror themes to it.
I love Evil Within. So good.
So that is a more recent game, but yeah, it's just really underwell done area in gaming. So ever since Silent Hill went away or whatever. So
fuck, what's that Asylum game? Outlast and Outlast 2. I mean, those ones do a pretty good job too. So, but yeah, it's a genre that is very untapped. It was, flourishing for a long time, but I definitely welcome people trying to make games that will scare you again, because it seemed like everything sort of turns to be horror themed, but not to actually try and scare you. So I really dig that people are going back to that.
Well, yeah, look at the outcry after the PT demo, and that whole debacle happened, and people were like, "You had something great there," And
PT the demo, the fucking tech demo, is one of the fucking best survival horror games I've ever played, and it's a fucking demo.
Well,
so imagine what the hell they could have done.
And it also just shows, besides obviously the Kojima fans and Silent Hill fans, there were people who probably weren't even necessarily into those things that played that and were like, "This is crazy."
That game in no way. Being a Silent Hill fan doesn't matter. If you played that game wasn't Silent Hill, but it was promising an idea of where they were going with Silent Hill. But like, as a Silent Hill fan, and I'm a huge one, I played that game and I was like, "This is amazing" as a horror game. But yeah, I wasn't like, "Oh shit, this is fucking Silent Hill." It's just like, this is a crazy fucking idea that someone made.
Yeah.
To do like a repeating fucking haunted house. It was so good. I remember first playing that at I was like home alone. I came home, ran home, fucking played it, turned the lights out. I was fucking alone. It was like night, and like 5 minutes into it, I was like, "Fuck this." I had the surround sound on and shit. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this right now. Rob needs to come home or something, so we're living with them. So
yeah.
Anything else you want to say on that?
No, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it gets. It is also a really good game, because I'd love to see this continue with these guys. I think the market could use it.
Definitely. I agree with everything you said. Let me know in the comments, what are you thinking about Man of Medan? What are you thinking about Supermassive Games? Did you like Until Dawn? Do you want to see more games by them, more horror games? Do you like what they're doing? Do you not like what they're doing? Did you play the VR game? If you have that, it's actually pretty fun. A lot more fun than I thought it'd be. I was like, "Oh, this is a gimmick." And I play. I'm like, it's fun to shoot at shit, and it's actually kind of scary. So it's kind of a cool mix. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of TLG Reacts. This was a long one, but we had a lot of shit to catch up on. Let us know in the comments what we need to watch next. I know there's a lot of stuff shown off. I know there's some Cyberpunk stuff that was talked about. There's some pictures that were revealed, but no gameplay. So we might talk about that this weekend for TasteCast. But yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
Until the next episode, which like I said, Saturday or Sunday, TasteCast.
The weekend.
Yep, the weekend. Until then, have a great night, I guess, and take it easy. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider hitting the like button. We'd really appreciate it. And if you want more weekly content, hit the subscribe button. You can always find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter at Tasty Loot Gaming. And as always, thanks for watching.